All right, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to create a blog template on your Squarespace website. So I am logged into the back of my site here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Pages, and then I'm going to go ahead and click down to my podcast blog, which is called Focus Podcast, because I do use draft blog templates for those episodes. So every episode of my podcast that I schedule or that I publish a blog post that goes with it that includes an image, some info text, the actual link to the podcast, and then some show notes down at the bottom. I follow the same template on every single blog post for the podcast. And so to save time, I just set up a draft template so that every time I go to publish a podcast, I can just follow that draft template. So how you would actually do this, I have my draft template right here, but you would basically just create a brand new post, and then you could set up the template exactly how you want it. So if you want to have your podcast audio here, you could put that and then add in your settings. And then if you wanted to add a text box or an image box right under that, you could do that. And then maybe you wanted to add some text. And if you wanted to say header goes here and you want that to be defaulted to header 1, you could do that. And then maybe put a line and then another spacer. However you want to set up your blog post template, you can just do that. Blog title, and we'll say draft, etc. And then all you need to do is not publish this. You just need to keep it in draft mode, click save, and then it will save over here in your blog role. And you can just put the title so that you know that it's a draft post. So for my draft post for my podcast episodes, I simply have the title, the podcast player, small headline, text box, image box, and the show notes. So when I go to create a new podcast blog post, all I need to do is click edit. And then down here, I just click duplicate. This will duplicate this whole entire blog post, open it up, and then I can go ahead and make my changes. So I can put in podcast episode number 200 or whatever. I could add in my podcast link, add in the text, add the specific image, and then add in my show notes, make any other changes to tags and categories, etc. And then I can just save and publish, or I can schedule this to publish on the date that I want it to publish. So I'm just going to click save. And you'll see that that podcast episode blog post has come right in here. And there we have the additional blog post. So basically all you need to do is just create a draft and just make sure not to publish it. And then once you're ready to turn that into an actual blog post, you just need to click duplicate. Couldn't be easier. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask below.